Ladies and gentlemen, it is 6 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Eves. Present. Lilly.
Present.
Dunlap. Present. Blakey.
Present.
Clark. Present. Marshall.
All right, is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may come forward now. All right, we will move on. I am asking the board to table the minutes from April 11th, 2023. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Marshall. Roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports, beginning with Public Works.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just letting the people of the village know that the speed bumps are down, so watch out for them when you're going down the streets, okay? And that is the end of my report.
And they are down where, trustee?
I noticed on 198th Street, I haven't been any farther in the village, they just went down yesterday, so.
Are they also 201st?
They're at 198th by the marina, just east of Oakwood Avenue on 198th, and then 201st and Park, and 201st and Marlin by the Sled Hill, right in there.
Thank you. All right, economic development.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have a few things. A number of you are familiar that we've been concerned about the LGDF funds from the state. LGDF stands for Local Government Distributed Funds. Those are the funds that are distributed equally throughout the state for different villages, and then the villages have opportunity to do with those funds, do improvements, care for and provide additional funding for residents, so forth and so on. Happy to report that state legislatures now are considering raising the amount, the percentage of local distributive funds to the village, to villages and municipalities from the 6.1% to 8% or 10%. It used to be at 10%, but it was taken down to 6%. Last year it went up to 6.1%, but now it's being considered either in a gradual increase or an increase of 8% or an increase of 10%. It's likely that the increase that we will experience is probably going to be close to 8%. And that, even though it's not at the 10%, it will still help a number of the villages within the state. I'm very pleased to announce also that we are pleased with the progress that has taken place on Torrance and Glenwood Dyer Road with our Dunkin' Donuts. You could see that they are in the ground and making a lot of progress on a daily basis, and so we're very pleased with their progress and looking forward to them opening. Body and Mind is still making progress. They're going through the IDOT process right now, and once they finish the IDOT process, they will be able to get started. The Equestrian Village that's going to go in at Glenwood Dyer Road and Burnham, they are going through MWRD right now, the Metropolitan Water and Reclamation District process right now. And as soon as they finish that, they too will go through IDOT before they can get started. And then our Lynwood Chamber of Commerce on May 25th is hosting a Coffee and Connections. That's going to be from 8:30 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. It's not necessarily for members, but members can come and non-members can come as well to make connections with all of the businesses that are in our community. This is going to be a regular event, and it's going to take place at the Glenwood Lynwood Library. That's all I have for economic development, Madam Mayor. May I move on to community affairs?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And in community affairs, we just have a number of upcoming events that we want to make you aware of, and I'm pretty sure you can find this flyer out on the table as you exit the building. On May 1st, our vehicle stickers will go on sale. The new vehicle stickers will go on sale for this year. On May 12th, we're going to have a Mother's Day bingo. That Mother's Day bingo, is it going to happen here?
Yes.
Yes, the Mother's Day bingo is going to be right here in this room. And then on May 13th, there's going to be our annual Little League Parade. That parade is going to start at PK's Pantry and come up to the Lake Lynwood Park. And then we'll have a celebration there along with the fire and police departments. And then on May 19th, our local police department is going to have what they call Cop on Top. That's where they are going to be on top of the Dunkin' Donuts roof to collect money for our Torch the Run event that we do every month. Because our Dunkin' Donuts is not going to be ready at that particular time, they will be in Sauk Village. And so if you want to give money on that particular day, just go to Sauk Village Dunkin' Donuts and you can do that. And then finally on May 29th, there's going to be a coffee with a veteran. And that's going to happen at Liberty Memorial Park for Veterans Day. That's all I have for community affairs, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Planning and zoning.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have nothing for planning and zoning at the present time. May I move on to ordinances and resolutions?
Yes.
All right, I have a number of items here, so please be patient with me. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. First item I'm seeking a motion on is a second read action taking on ordinance number 23-080, an ordinance of the Village of Lynwood, Illinois, amending the village fee schedule.
There's a motion. Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries.
Thank you. Next item I'm seeking a motion on is a second read action taken, resolution number 23-09. A resolution authorizing the village president to execute an artist engagement contract with the SOS Band DIT LLC.
There's a motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. I'm sorry, Attorney Boyle, I skipped you. Attorney Boyle?
Sorry. Thank you and good evening. This is second read on a service agreement performance contract for a band, the SOS Band. It would be for a performance at the Southland Center. It's a fairly standard performance agreement. We've recommended some changes to the language of that agreement, and authorization to sign the agreement would be contingent on review and approval by myself and the village president.
Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries. Trustee Lilly, before you proceed, I'm going to ask you to table your next motion. So motion to table.
Motion to table.
Supported. I can't make the motion.
I'm making a motion to table second read action on resolution number 2310.
There's a motion, and it's supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle, do you want to elaborate?
Yeah, the reason for the tabling is that the numbers from the Village of Lansing for the cost of water coming through the fire hydrants are still being worked out and finalized. You'll recall that the point of this resolution would be to adjust the rates that would be charged for someone that makes a metered use of the hydrant, like as part of a construction project or something like that, whether it be a resident or a non-resident. The resolution would establish a one rate for residential use, a lower rate, and then a higher rate for non-residential use. Okay.
All right, so roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakely.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Motion to table carries.
That's great. Next item I have, I'm seeking a motion on first read, no action taken on ordinance number 23-11, an ordinance amending Chapter 42 of the Village's Code of Ordinances.
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, this, pardon me, this ordinance is a follow-up to an ordinance that you passed probably about 2 months ago. These changes clarify further the role of the Chief Public Safety Officer, as well as their duties on and away from scenes of fires. The other thing it does is that it amends the provision of your current ordinances that allows fees to be charged for emergency and non-emergency medical and EMS services to adopt a mitigation rate basis for establishing these charges rather than a per hour rate, which is what in your what is in your current code of ordinances.
Thank you. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries.
All right. My next item, I'm seeking a motion, first read, no action taken on resolution number 23-12, a resolution establishing cost mitigation rates for certain emergency and non-emergency services.
There's a motion. Is it supported? Supported. Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, this resolution was basically a companion piece to the ordinance that you had just approved on first reading. It would establish the mitigation rates for various emergency and non-emergency EMS services, different levels of fire department involvement in automobile accidents, oil, gasoline spill cleanups, hazmat incidents, water incidents, use of fire engines, fire trucks, things of that nature. Your current ordinance setup doesn't have that sort of a detail in terms of what would be charged in those sorts of instances. It simply had a per person per hour rate for an EMS or a firefighter to attend to those things. So this would come at the recommendation of your chief public safety officer. It's consistent with what you see at a lot of surrounding municipalities. They will adopt the same sort of mitigation rate system. Rates are determined there periodically based on usual customary charges that you'll see in a particular area, and also based on the amount of usage for a particular service.
Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries.
Great. My next item I'm seeking a motion on is a first read, no action taken, resolution number 23-13, a resolution authorizing the village president to execute a services agreement with Fire Recovery USA, LLC.
There's a motion. Is it supported? Supported. Motion by Lilly, supported by Marshall. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, pardon me. This resolution is a second companion piece to the ordinance amending Chapter 42. What it does, if approved by the trustees, is it would allow execution of a service agreement with Fire Recovery USA. That company's function is to act as the village's agent in the processing and collection of any kind of mitigation rates that get charged for particular hazardous incidents. It's paid on a contingency basis. They have a percentage of whatever the mitigation rate is that's processed and collected on behalf of the village. It's an agreement that would be terminable at any time. One thing that you need to be aware of here is that in this resolution, the village would be requesting that you waive the normal competitive bidding process. This particular company in this particular agreement, they're coming to you again based on the recommendation from the Public Safety Department as to their ability to perform the service. My understanding is that this has also been vetted by just seeing how they compare with other companies that operate in this area.
Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries.
All right, my final item is I'm seeking a motion, first read, no action taken on resolution number 23-14, a resolution granting a special use permit to Rigoberto Gutierrez.
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle.
This is a resolution that comes to you upon recommendation from the Zoning and Planning Board. If granted, it would allow Mr. Gutierrez a special use permit that would allow the operation of a landscaping supplier business at the property at 20202 Burnham Avenue. My very basic understanding of the use permit itself is that it's not all that different in substance. I don't know the property address, but there's a property a bit to the west of the school on the south side of the street. lot of trees growing, and it looks like they're saplings, maybe they're sold, and periodically there's lawnmowers, lawn equipment thing for sale. Similar sort of a use permit, similar sort of a use contemplated for this property on Burnham. So it does come to you from, with the ZBA's recommendation.
Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Thank you. This concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Health and wellness.
Okay, so the month of April, the awareness is of National Stress Awareness Month. WGN-TV address stress symptoms to watch out for. You can Google it. It's really interesting to help you deal with stress. And the Heart Association has videos on stress management. You can see that at theheart.org or on YouTube. It is also National Alcohol Awareness Month, which provides an opportunity to increase awareness of alcohol addiction. There are all kind of help sites on Google. National Month of Hope, National Canine Fitness Month, Distracted Drivers Awareness Month. We've seen a lot of accidents with these young kids. We need to keep talking to our kids about not texting, not drinking, not talking, and not fighting with your girlfriend in the next seat while you're driving, right? National Child Abuse Awareness Month, National Month of the Military Child, National Autism Awareness Month, and National Brunch Month. So the COVID-19 emergency has ended, but the discussion to end the COVID public health emergency is scheduled for May 11th. We're waiting to see what's going to happen there. So I still ask people to be diligent when you're in large crowds. If you still need a COVID vaccine booster, they're being offered at Cook County Department of Public Health. You can call 833-308-1988 Monday through Friday. This is just the FYI. While Roe versus Wade has been overturned, you still have hope. In Illinois, you still have options. And there's still the morning after pill that's still available. So people be diligent and careful. And that's my report.
Thank you. Finance.
Good evening, everyone. Motion to approve bill payment memo 1469. Total cash disbursement is $436,215.81, which includes the payroll for the period of March 19th, 2023 through April 1st, 2023 in a total amount of $141,486.74.
There's a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Eves, supported by Dunlap. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Okay, I'm also seeking a motion to approve bill payment memo 1470. Total cash disbursements, $516,181.64, which includes payroll for the period of April 2nd, 2023 through April 15th, 2023 in a total amount of $159,374.05.
Supported.
Motion by Eves, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Madam Mayor, I also have some scholarship opportunities that I would like to share with the residents. The Village of Lynwood Education Scholarship for high school seniors pursuing an undergraduate degree or professional trade certificate are being accepted until June 16th. One of the criteria has been changed as follows. A 3.0 grade point average is recommended, or a 2.5 overall grade point average for your total academic duration of high school and extensive involvement in community extracurriculum activities. Applications are available in the lobby of Village Hall, or you can contact myself, Trustee Cynthia Eves, at ceves@villageoflynwood.net for a digital copy. I also like to share that Supervisor T.J. Sumner and the Board of Trustees are proud to announce their 2023 scholarship program. Bloom Township 2023 graduates have an opportunity to be awarded a $2,500 scholarship. Requirements are as follows. Must be a Bloom Township resident, must be a class of 2023 high school graduate with a GPA of 2.5 or higher. Complete the application and include a 250 to 500 word essay about Bloom Township. Plan to attend a technical school or 2 or 4 year college or university in Illinois. Endorsed by high school guidance counselor. Must attend one bi-weekly meeting by August 1st, 2023. Applications are available here in the lobby at Village Hall and at Bloom Township Hall located at 425 South Halsted Street in Chicago Heights. All applications must be submitted by May 1st. Madam Mayor, I am also proud and would like to let the residents know that our 6-week financial literacy program for our high school students was completed, came to a close on April 8th. I am proud to present one of our students that went through the program. She was unable to attend the final ceremony, so I would like to present her today with her certificate. Ms. Tia Gamma. And the certificate reads, Village of Lynwood Certificate of Participation. This award is given to Tia Gowan for participating in the 6-week financial literacy program. Thank you, and it was April 8th, 2023, when it came to a close.
Tia.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great job, great job.
That is a special award for those of you that don't know. Tia's, both of her parents are business owners and
Yes.
residents here in Lynwood. Good business owners
Yes.
and residents
Yes.
here. And they are showing us that they are producing good fruit from their trees. So kudos to you.
And Madam Mayor, that ends.
Thank you. All right. Public safety.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't have anything to report, but I would like to, since I missed the last meeting, thank my fellow trustees and Madam Mayor and department heads on the last election. You know, it's kind of an honor to be here to serve. As I tell a lot of people, I'm not a politician. I never claim to be one, don't want to be one. We're just a bunch of imperfect people trying to get things right and do the best we can with what we're trying to do. So if you think we're perfect, you got the wrong people. But if you want to come by and help us out, we greatly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. And let's keep this thing going. I'm getting tired already thinking about the summer. But let's keep it going. That's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Take your vitamins, trustee. You'll be all right. All right. We'll now move on to our department reports, beginning with PD.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This week, our police officers will be training at the annex on the audio-visual shooting simulator, which allows for real-life situations. There's over 200 real-life shoot or don't shoot situations that they will train on. A reminder to our citizens that if someone knocks on your door and they do not have a solicitor's license, I encourage you to call the police immediately so the police can determine if they are scammers or if we need to advise them that they must obtain a license from the village if they are a legitimate business. We have installed a new 4-camera system at Lakeview Park, just like the one at PK Pantry. If you look on the pole right in the park, right by the baseball field, you'll see the camera mounted there. This is being viewed by our records people as well as in all the patrol cars and on many of our cell phones. Our crime stats, April 12th through April 24th, we had 9 arrests, 116 traffic stops, 53 citations, 25 domestic disturbances, 8 recovered guns, 74 bar checks, and 63 building checks. Madam Mayor, that concludes my report.
The shortest one ever, Chief.
Lynwood is safe.
Perfect, thank you. We'll move on to fire.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. My report for this, fire department report, call volume from 412 to 424 is, they did 23 ambulance calls, they did 2 brush fires or rubbish fires outside, they responded to 2 gas leaks, 1 CO call, 4 motor vehicle accidents with injuries, 1 motor vehicle accident without injuries. They responded and they got dispatched and canceled to 1 call and 2 fire alarm activations in town, total of 36 calls. Madam Mayor, I'm pleased to announce that as of May 1st, the fire department will be staffed with 2 certified firefighters to respond to village emergencies 24 hours a day, 365 days. That starts May 1st at 7 a.m. We've hired more firefighters and still currently hiring firefighters to complete our roster. And then last is our smoke detector program is still up and running. If you don't have a 10-year fire extinguisher, give the firehouse a call, 708-758-6102, and we'll come out and check your fire extinguishers and install a new fire extinguisher if you need a new 10-year fire extinguisher. That ends my report.
So I just have to say to this Board of Trustees, and attorney, department heads, our residents and business owners, that this is the first time the Village of Lynwood will have 24-hour coverage in our fire department. And our leader is only 2 months in, so. He's trying to get to my #1 spot. Also. It's an inside joke. All right, good job. Thank you so much. Public Works?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Since our last board meeting, we've only had 1 water main break to report on. And just a heads up for everyone, May 22nd is going to be the Village Cleanup Week. And I stress this enough, no liquids, no electronics, and no tires. We will not be taking those, we cannot take those. Get your trash out on the curb, or whatever you would like to get rid of. And once we pass your house, we are not coming back. We have a lot of houses to go to, and to try to do it in a timely manner. We will call the streets in as we finish them, and that would be May 22nd. So you got a good little less than a month to start cleaning up. Also, chipping has started. Cut the branches, the cut end out on the curb as neatly stacked as possible. If you have stumps, separate pile to make everything more efficient, safer for everyone. Just make sure they're on the curb. We will not be going onto anyone's property to get branches. Also, I did talk to the guys from K5 who are doing the Glenwood Dyer project. Unfortunately, they are up to IDOT codes with all of that stuff as of right now, with the road lanes and how everything's set up. Everything's per code, per IDOT. And that is the end of my report, Madam Mayor.
If I could just add 2 things onto your report. The first being, although we will not be taking electronics for cleanup week, I did receive a call from Representative Marcus Evans' office today, and they are planning for an electronics recycling day here in the village again. So they're supposed to call me back, hopefully, well, they'll call Erica back, hopefully this week or next week with a date, and then we'll put that information out for all of the residents. And the reason why Dan shared the information regarding Glenwood Dyer Road is because we understand the safety concerns, especially for those of you that live over there and you're trying to get in and out of your subdivision. And so we did ask Dan to reach out to that team to see if there was any wiggle room, and they are holding tight to the standards. And so we have to respect that. We are going to try meeting with them again to see if they can make a few modifications for us in terms of more reflectors at night, and maybe just moving those barriers over a smidge. So we make no promises. We have to respect what their rules are, but they also have to be good partners to the Village of Lynwood. So we'll keep you posted.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Mayor, may I address Dan? I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I had residents last year call me because they decided to put their items out on Saturday. It is Monday through Friday only, the week of the 22nd.
So I don't, it's up to, I guess, our code. I don't mind if you get a head start the week before. Not a week before, but the weekend before. Obviously, everyone works. Weekends are the best time for people to do it. I don't mind it, as long as it's out there before we start.
But this was the Saturday after.
Oh, the Saturday after, then,
That's why I wanted to make sure.
no, if it's out after, or if it's out after we pass the house. So, for example, if we start on 201st and Park Avenue, and we get to 200th Street, we will call in 201st to 200th complete. And that is, we call the office, it's written down, we keep going. Like, again, it's usually a big event. So we try to get as much and as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
But if it is done after, then. And a reminder, Homewood Disposal will take one big item every week. So if you want to randomly put something big out, they will take it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, village engineer, Mr. Schilling.
Thank you, Mayor. We did get the approvals we needed from both Cook County and IDOT, so we will be having our bid opening for our streets on May 11th. And I am also in the middle of reviewing your next development. If you remember, the village annexed a couple of parcels on the other side of 394. And between 394 and the cemetery is proposed a trucking outfit, which is a benefit. You know, it's away from the residential areas, but you still get the tax revenue, so it should be good.
Awesome. And can you remind our residents how large this road project will be?
I think the estimate was about 800 and some $1,000. So, and about 500 is coming from the state of Illinois, and the remainder from Cook County. So very good. The only thing the village is paying for is our engineering services.
We're working hard. This is the largest project ever in the history of Lynwood. Thank you, Mr. Schilling, for guiding us and landing this plane. And I'm sure Kimberly, sitting next to you, is very happy to hear that the only fee we'll be paying is yours. So.
Like them fees gonna be minimum, right?
Of course.
Thank you, Mayor. Just some updates. The auditors are finishing up the MD&A report, which is the Management Discussion and Analysis Report. And we should have the fiscal year 2021 audit this week. I've completed the last and final ARPA report, which was due April 30th. We have submitted our expenditures for our, to the county for our gas tax rebate. And we are still currently working on the fiscal year 2024 budget. And that completes my report.
And Kimberly, can you remind our residents what ARPA is?
ARPA was, we received money from the state to help us during COVID. We received roughly about $1.3 million. They broke it up into 2 years. So we had to do an expenditure report to the state of how we spent our funds. So we had to do that for 2 years, so this was the last report.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Ms. Hurley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The number of permits issued between April the 12th and April the 25th, 2023, right now are 18 at a total of $15,260 with a valuation of $274,680. Additional information for the residents. It is now permit season, so if you have work being done on the weekends, please make sure you have a permit. They do apply to the weekend work as well. If your contractor is the one who has done the paperwork for your permit, please make sure to ask your contractor to give you the permit so that you can display it in your front window. We find that oftentimes contractors have told residents that they've applied for the permit and you actually don't have one, which can result in a fine for not only for the contractor, but for the resident. Make sure all of your contractors are registered with the village. You can always call us and ask us. We can look it right up in the system. It's not a problem. Specifically, please make sure your landscapers are registered. You don't have to have a permit for their work, but they need to be registered. And we're going to attempt to create a system to be able to identify which landscapers are registered and which are not. And if you are in a good relationship with your landscaper, please, if you could ask them to maybe try and put identifiers on their trucks. We find often that the white trucks that are out there don't have the names of their company on it, and we want to try to impress upon them to try to identify themselves should there be any issue or challenge, or their neighbor needs to engage, or the village needs to engage. And lastly, we want to remind you that your receptacles are to be kept on the side of your home or in the rear of your home. And that is the end of my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Attorney Boyle? Consistent you are. All right. Filling in for our clerk today is Ms. Erica Madry.
The village clerk just wants to remind everybody that the vehicle stickers go on sale May 1st, and that is the end of her report.
Well done.
All right, it's my turn. I will be brief. Kimberly and I met with the Village of Lansing about a week or so ago to discuss these new water rates. Unfortunately, Hammond is increasing what they are charging Lansing, and Lansing is obviously pushing that increase off onto the municipalities that they service. So you are going to experience an increase in your water bills. We are going to send a letter out to your home with those exact numbers. We are negotiating a phased-in approach so that it does not hit you all at once. We're trying to do it in 3 phases, with the last one being in January of 2024. But I just want to start communicating that out to residents now, so you can start wrapping your brain around it. It doesn't matter if you get water from Hammond or Chicago, everyone's increasing their rates. And we actually, when we looked at the data, we were actually one of the lower charging municipalities. And so we understand why Hammond is doing this. And so we will be sure to make sure we communicate that to you. The same for Homewood Disposal. Although their increase is modest, it's a $1 increase, that will be communicated in the same letter, and then you'll see that on your bill. Erica and I had a great meeting with 12 Clans. They are an arm of Whole Chunk Nation. They are planning to do a multi-million-dollar expansion project for the Southland Center. They wanted to make sure that their vision aligned with the vision for Lynwood, and it did. We're very excited about the investment that Whole Chunk Nation is choosing to make. One of the things that we talked about, and it's on the table, we'll see where it goes, in addition to them expanding the sports arm, is a hotel with a water park, because they certainly have the land, and it's something that they're very open to. So as we continue to have these conversations, I'll continue to share it with you all, and hopefully we can land this plane and, you know, add this nice piece to the village. It will be great for our residents. It will be great for tourists. We attract a lot of tourists with the Southland Center, and we'll attract more with the Equestrian University that is to come. So I'm very excited about that, and I want to thank 12 Clans and Whole Chunk Nation for their investment in this village. I also want to thank Rep. DeLuca. He allowed roughly 10 mayors to testify down in Springfield last week regarding LGDF, which Trustee Blakey touched on. I was one of those mayors. It was an honor to testify before a House committee, and I had an opportunity to share Lynwood's story. When the state took away our 4% of LGDF, it equated to roughly $6 million in lost revenue. And the line of thinking for the state is, yeah, we lowered your LGDF percentage, but we gave you gaming and we gave you cannabis. Well, during the same time frame, gaming and cannabis only made up $1.6 million of that revenue. So there's a huge disconnect, and you can only imagine what the village of Lynwood could have done with $6 million. And so I will keep going to Springfield. I will keep fighting the good fight. I will keep testifying. I know know I have the support of this board. That hearing is actually online if you want to watch it and just educate yourself on this matter. But we are very hopeful that we will see a reasonable increase that will add to our revenue line for the village of Lynwood. So that is the last thing that I wanted to share.
Can I share something?
You sure can.
People of Lynwood, I just want you to know that this lady is working hard to get money here in Lynwood, to make up funds, to get grants, to get things so that Lynwood could stay and improve and get out of the debt that we're in. So let's give it up.
Stop it. Department heads, you can stand and clap. Hold on. Of course, finance stands. No, it is my pleasure. I live here. I love it here. I want to see us get everything that we deserve, so I'll keep working hard.
Thank you, Mayor.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Support.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Lilly. Roll call.
Eves?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Dunlap?
Yes.
Blakey?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Marshall?
Yes.
Before I say that motion carries, I do see school board members. I see a new school board member. Congratulations. I respect the fight. I respect the service. I've been there. I know how hard it is, but it's good work. So, congrats and thank you. Motion adjourned. Meeting adjourned.